on Madden football.
So the skies are clear, the sun is out, but don't be... Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
All the talk of Jackson leaving the Ravens this offseason was just that, talk, as the two sides hammered out a deal that made him the highest paid player in the NFL. And why would they want to separate? When he has the ball in his hands, great things typically happen.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Jackson options out left. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
So from the 37, here's a second down and 9. Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. Inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer, but that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, Jackson will keep it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. On 2nd down, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the... But the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. He got out of the pocket there. Was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling. His receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, but their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive.
Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Ravens strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarter. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 76 yards. And the Eagles are once again back in front. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Patrick Queen.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Lamar changing the look. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner, put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at an all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
And he's going to be brought down. Back in his own 6-yard line. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. The Ravens send their punter out now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Fielded at the 33. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks?
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now it's Jackson.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Jackson options out left. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Here's Jackson to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just throw this one over the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Good coverage yet again down here by the goal line. Everyone's blanketed, and he's forced to throw it away and try and come up with something on 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson. This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. And Jackson going to hold on to it. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 2nd down, Swift.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Hurts.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Throwing is Hurts. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Swift is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Flushed out right.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Eagles!
DeAndre Swift
from 3 yards out.
And the Eagles are able to extend their lead.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Ravens offense back out there.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. But this is a half for not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
This time, Jackson will throw it. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Jackson on first down. They've got his man complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. This goes to a former Eagle, Nelson Aguilar. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Second and a couple.
Jackson now. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
They'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Now a 3rd and 6. Play action. Here's Hurts.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does.
2nd and 12.
At the 26-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start thinking.
And this is caught at the 20. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught inside the 5.
And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he's got it. So they try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Hey, 73, 73.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Now Hurts going to move him around.
63, 63. Hey, easy, 63, pass. Miami.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. They'll look to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They'll set up a throw, eluding the pressure right. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Play action. Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down again. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, still a 1-possession game. Remember, it could have been 2 after they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
You're certainly right about that, partner, and a lot of people look at them going for it on 4th down as a failure, but they didn't get it.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
It's caught. Smith.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
78 yards.
And the Eagles use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch. run after to get it to the end zone.
So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2.
They'll try to run with Swift.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Now it's Jackson.
That is incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he is caught. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 9.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. In motion, Aguilar.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. Now Jackson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On second down, here's Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And Jackson throwing once more. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. To throw is Jackson.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 16.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Miami.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Elliott good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 10, a little under a minute 50 remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Jackson. Connecting with Aguilar. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing, Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They go play action with Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Here's Hurts to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that should do it. He's got a 1st down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson to throw.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One last shot for Jackson. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. His time is running.